used to think Fred was hot.
What is the best way to get hired for concert photography?
There is something to be said about that. I was convinced I was gonna be the next James Charles in middle school.
And I thought I was gonna be iCarly.
Should I go to college? Should I not?
Hello everyone, welcome to the very first episode of Overexposed, where we're gonna be sharing your industry stories.
And answering any questions you guys might have for us. I'm Giulia.
And I'm Amanda.
And
this is it. I think first off, we should probably introduce ourselves just so everyone knows who we are and what we do.
Like not random, I swear.
My name is Amanda, or Amanda B Films. I am head of photo for Respective. Yeah.
I'm Giulia. I do quite a few different things, I want to say. I don't have
Jack
like
of all trades.
Yeah, I know. I'm like little Jack in the Box. Like, you know, when you scroll me and then I pop out. That's who I am.
Jump scare.
Yeah, no, pretty much. I do social media personally, do interviews with artists a lot, and then I also just do social content for festivals and a little bit of production as well. And right now I'm interning with Respective and doing a lot of their social stuff with them as well.
And she is slaying. Well, I mean, what's coming up for you right now?
Right now, I'm living in the city, so that's been fun. I don't really know what I'm gonna do after. Part of me is like, should I go to college? Should I not? The little bit of an in-between thing that I haven't quite figured out yet. I'm doing Lala. Wait, are we allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm also doing Lala. I'm really excited. Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. What are you going to be doing for Lala?
Pretty much like what I was doing for Gov Ball and Bonnaroo and everything. Running around with a mic, finding all of you guys, doing interviews, hopefully giving away some VIP passes because that's always fun. And at Gov Ball when I did it, I don't know if you saw that. Wait, I think you might have. When I posted the video.
Those girls were going crazy.
So I posted a video on the TikTok and I was like the first person to come up to me and put on a crazy show, wins these 2 free VIP wristbands. I was like standing there for 10 minutes. I was like, wow, no one is coming. Like, I'm literally just gonna be standing here for the rest of the day. And then I turn my head to my right. I see 3 girls like full speed booking at me. I was like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on. I didn't think that was possible. Like immediately just start singing and dancing. I got them to do cartwheels.
I love it. You really do bring the energy out of all these really crazy fans and I love to see it.
I was like, oh, it's time to break dance. They were like, we don't know how to break dance. All of a sudden they're like moving on the floor. Sorry, I don't know. It was like, what about you? What are you doing for Lala?
I think I have to do a little bit of sponsor stuff with the activations that they have on site. I think we all have to do some sponsor stuff. That's like pretty typical when we do festival stuff. You have to do a little bit of sponsor stuff. I think just like the typical social content, photo, video stuff. I'm really excited.
One of my most viewed videos from Gov Ball was filmed by Amanda. Both of them actually were filmed by Amanda. So yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work. I'm gonna take another Sabrina Carpenter picture.
I'm actually so excited to shoot her because last year at GovBall was the first time I saw her. I was not like a large fan of her just because I didn't really like listen to her at all, and I think that's like when she was starting to really come up.
Me espresso. Sorry.
Yeah. And I was like, you know, I just like shooting women.
Yeah.
I'll say it.
Valid.
I'll say it. Female performers really just get it.
They always just look so good.
They look so good.
Like,
they know what they're doing. They make my job so much easier. And I think from before then, I didn't really shoot a lot of female artists on my page. And I was like, I am dying to have like a really girly girl on my page. And I was so excited to photograph her. Needless to say, they slayed.
If you guys don't know the lore, they were like the face of everything for a while. Like she took the picture that was the face of Sabrina Carpenter for a minute.
One of my really good photographer friends, Maggie, she said that she saw my photo in the bathroom.
Oh my god, I saw that on your story.
I was gagged. I thought that was so funny. One of the times someone saw it on, you know those like Jesus candles?
No way.
They saw the picture. I will say though, mine gets confused a lot. There was a Getty photographer and she was standing right next to me. We got the same exact shot. Ours were both edited differently. The only difference is I think in mine, Sabrina's hand's a little bit up and then hers, her hand is down.
Do people like confuse them?
Yeah, because I get people all the time. They're like, oh my gosh, they're using your photo. They're using your photo. And I'm like,
super similar.
Yeah.
But you're slayed.
I'm excited.
I'm excited for Lala. I feel like it's all of my music tastes combined in one, which will be interesting.
GovBall is a really smaller version of Lala with like, you have different genres. Having such a large festival with so many different genres and so many different stages too is just really fascinating. The way that operates. I feel like before that, I was shooting mainly rap. It gets old. Sometimes I'm like, I just want to hear a little guitar.
I don't know. Like I'm in the middle. So I think I just like both. So I don't know if you know this. I went to Rolling Loud as a fan before I worked Rolling Loud. Like the year before I went.
I did not.
I went to Rolling Loud Miami. That's the worst experience of my life. It was not the festival's fault at all though. Like it was just bad organization on my part. It was really fun, but I think it was much different. Call me problematic. Maybe this isn't problematic. It's so much more exhausting going to a festival as a fan. They're both exhausting in different ways. The hours are longer when you're working, but the intensity, at least with rap festivals, is significantly worse when you're a fan. Needless to say, by the end of it, I had strep throat. Again, it was like all my fault.
You went to war.
No, I did. I really did. But I had fun. It was just like the last day.
I feel like the last days of festivals are truly...
Yeah, and I guess by the last day I did have strep already. So sorry guys. I did go to the festival, so I didn't know it was strep. I thought it was just like sore throat because of all the dust and stuff, but no, I went home and I found out it was strep, so sorry.
Oh my gosh, you're the reason why that I always get sick whenever I come back from festivals.
I feel like every concert I've gone to, I feel like I've come home sick. Like there's very few that
I got really sick from Gov.
Really?
Yeah, I was not a fan of it.
When I went to the party tour way back when, not right after COVID, but it was like things finally opened up and people were like going on tour again. Every single person I know, including myself, got COVID on that tour, like at that show. And it was right before Christmas. So, like everybody I knew was like quarantined during Christmas. And it was like really bad. But it was fine. I had a great time.
I went to Cardi Die Lit 2019.
Oh, wait, dream.
That was my last show I attended like as a civilian.
Oh, a billion. Oh.
2019, yeah.
Wait, what was my last show that I went? I think Ken Carson's A Great Chaos tour. But I was already like working, but I wanted to go. Like I was really excited to go to that. I don't know if I'll ever pay for a concert ever again. Like it's not weird.
I don't even know who I would want to see in concert. That's not someone I wouldn't want to like shoot,
yeah,
you know?
No, valid. I also just feel like at this point, not that I don't love music, but I think it does change it a little bit. The way you listen to, like, this is gonna sound so annoying and like tell me to shut, like I actually am gonna like literally, I literally just thought about what I was gonna say and I was like, no, yeah.
Probably have like something worse
it's
to say,
like,
to be honest.
Every time I listen to some songs, I'm like, oh, I've met this person. Or like now I know if I have a good experience with a person, I still enjoy it, but there's some artists that I haven't had the greatest experiences with and I used to really love them and now I listen to them and I'm like,
Yeah, was a big fan of some people and just other situations and whatnot. Or like really liking or something, you photograph him and he's just like a stage walker. You know what I mean? People that aren't like super hype performers and make it really hard to photograph, it makes me like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to listen to those people.
where are you at?
Or like when an artist closes down their pit and they're like, you can't photograph, da da da.
Lame,
like,
boo,
yeah,
boring.
That makes me, it makes it really hard to listen to music.
I feel like I get the approval side of it.
Yeah.
Like when an artist asks for approvals, but when you just shut down the whole pit, it's like, I guess I can also see it from their perspective, whereas like every day they're like living with the fact that people are making money off of literally just pictures of them. So when they can't have control over it, maybe that's like their way of getting control over it.
Yeah, I definitely can see both sides. It's just, especially if it's like a 2 p.m. set and they're like closing off the pit, I'm like, all right. Okay, I feel like we should go into some questions. We've been yapping.
Time for questions. I'm nervous.
What is the best way to get hired for concert photography? I once got a press pass for a festival with 0 instructions. No signed agreements either. Someone just texted me that I had to leave the pit after the first 3 songs and gave me a list of who I could not photograph. There was no time to meet anyone or where to get in. They just let me in with my camera to the GA, VIP, and superfan area, but not in the pit. Interesting. I feel like that's like the main difference between shooting for press versus media versus shooting for an artist.
Yeah.
And if you're just starting out, that's honestly the kind of grind that you need to just go with.
It does vary for festival. Had a recent experience with a festival where they gave me a media pass, but again, like it was one of those passes that I couldn't get into pit. Pretty much just like a glorified VIP.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even think I could get into VIP with that one. So I think it just depends on which festival. It is like a working your way up thing. Like,
Yeah,
you can
100%.
you go make a million connections there, and then next thing you know, the next festival you're like in-house or you get a better pass. Like
Yeah. You also have to think of the plus sides of this, because I see a lot of people do this where they're attending a concert, they'll sneak their camera in and they'll be like, I shot this from super far away or whatever, and then they show the photos, and honestly that's more impressive than the people that had the full access.
No, that's true.
Because if you can get a really crazy photo from being in VIP or like even in the crowd. It's
Your
crazy.
Tyler photos.
I did shoot my Tyler photos from VIP because we were not allowed to be in the pit for that, and I was pretty far away.
And they came out banging.
Made it work. So, and that's another thing. Like you show the BTS of where you were standing when you took the photo, and I feel like that speaks more than having full access. You gotta like make it work until you have the full access.
But I will say a lot of the time videos I post from the crowd or of the crowd are like seeming more fan-like rather than close up perform better.
More organic.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good start.
I think so too.
This is funny. I like this. One time I was interviewing artists backstage for a media outlet and I fully went up to someone thinking they were the artist and they were just one of their friends. So embarrassing.
That's so rough.
Haven't you done that before?
I have. It was a long time ago. I was just starting out. I swear I was looking at the picture. Mind you, it was probably one of the first people on the lineup, so I'd never heard of them. Sometimes it's hard because they'll be wearing the artist band.
Yeah.
You fully think it's them.
Sometimes I don't know the artist either. This is how I started to gauge it, like weirdly. Tends to be the one with the best outfit. Second, specifically more with the rap scene, a lot of them will be wearing chains and the artist is the one that has the most chains every single time. The friends might have one or two, but like the artist will have like the big chunky bulky one. Sometimes I literally will just search up a picture of them before I go and like try to make sure that I'm going to the right person. For me, it always is the outfit. I don't know if I've ever gone up to anyone wrong, but I definitely feel like there's been moments where I would like hesitate because I just did not know which one who it was. Especially with like bands. A lot of the time with a band, there's so much more crew around. Harder to figure out.
I think the best way to go about this, and this is what I usually always tell everyone, best avoid this, especially if you don't know. Walk up to someone, even if it's one of the friends, and be like, can you point me to who the manager is? And then maybe they'll be like, oh, I'm the manager, or they'll be like, oh, this person's the manager. Then you go to the manager, and then you have them be like, hey, can I ask the artist this, or can I take a picture of the artist? And then they'll grab the artist.
Bigger artists is always the best way to go to their managers because they tend to always be overwhelmed and there's a lot of people around them looking to talk to them. I found that for rap festivals, if the artist is on the smaller side, it can just be easier just to go to the artist because a lot of the time they don't really care as much.
So it's just how you approach it.
Do you want to hear my method of madness?
Yeah.
I always just go up to the artist and I put my hand out. Here, we can interact. Hi, I'm Giulia. I work for X Media. I was wondering if you, or actually, sometimes I'll go, hi, I'm Giulia, and then I'll let them introduce themselves. Because even though I know who they are, I did this, I'm not gonna say his name because that's really embarrassing. But no, you know what? I am going to say it because I actually don't care. I did this with Ken Carson. I knew exactly who he was. I didn't need, obviously he didn't need to introduce himself to me. But I went up to him and I was like, hi, I'm Giulia. And I waited until
I'm Ken.
Is
that mysterious enough?
He was like, I'm Ken. I was like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I freaking know. And then I was like, I work for, I'm still putting my hand out. I'm trying to hold your hand still. Sorry, guys. I work for X Media. I was wondering if I could grab a 2 to 3 question interview. And then it's either a yes or a no. For Ken, it was a no. So that's
so true.
No, if the artist is in front of you, you don't want to overwhelm them or pressure them, but take the chance to ask what you want. This is your moment.
Gauge the moment.
Exactly.
If they're showed up late, probably not going to happen.
No, exactly.
That's when I try to snap the quick photo rather than ask the social question because that's always probably going to be a no.
When he performed at Rolling Loud Thailand, he was so late. Or maybe he wasn't late. I don't remember, but I remember for whatever reason he was about to go on stage. So I was like, could you say a quick message to Rolling Loud Thailand fans? And he made a cool video and it did well. And don't steal my method, guys. Back up because it does. People get so greedy when it comes to interviews. People really bombard the artist, which is why I feel bad sometimes.
I've fully gotten my moment taken from me and then not gotten the interview, and it's really...
It's painful,
really
it's sad, it's upsetting. Not that anyone deserves it more than the other, but I think the more people that go up at once, the less likely it's gonna happen for anybody.
Just respectful. You know who was there first.
And I'm always there. No.
Next question.
Next question.
One time I was shooting at a small show with no barricades, so I had to go through the crowd a bit, but I gave them warning beforehand that I would get in the way for literally 30 seconds and then leave. One lady put her hands on me and physically pushed me while saying, this is crazy and I shouldn't be doing this.
I wonder what artist this was for. I don't know if that really matters.
Every time I've shot a show with no barricade and it wasn't rap, people are so cool.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like it's like
indie, pop, any kind of artist like that. People have been really understanding of me, and I try to be very respectful usually. If there's no barricade, it's a smaller show.
I also feel like sometimes the pop artists attract fans where they're like, I'm not moving out of my spot for you at all.
True,
like that type
true.
of thing. So that's why it like makes me curious. Like I wonder what, not that it really like matters, I guess. This was like a rap show and it was like mosh pit, vibe type of show. Maybe it wasn't an intentional push. Doesn't really justify it, but like that's kind of like.
She kind of screamed at her, right?
Oh.
Or them.
Oh, okay. Well, no, that's mean. And I think that there's always going to be mean people that you meet.
If you can make it through shooting a show with no barricade and like getting the most of what you can do with that, it will prep you so much for the days where you have a barricade and you're fully untouched from the crowd. And you're like, wow, remember when I shot all these shows and got these crazy shots with even more restrictions? So it sucks, but it's definitely a good building block. It toughens you up, I feel like. Also, it prepares you for when you're also shooting and then you have those like mean security guards that are like,
that's what I was gonna say.
Need to have that like toughness because there's a lot of press, a lot of media, a lot of security guards, and whether there's a barricade or not, you're gonna deal with people pushing you around and telling you to get out of the way.
I'm not gonna say like nobody is nice, but there are a lot of people in pits as well that are like very dominant isn't the word, but that's the only word that's coming to mind. Aggressive. So I think it does prepare you for things like that too. I don't really shoot, so I don't know as much, but I can say like even just being social, sometimes people are mean to me in the pits because like, I only have an iPhone. Yeah. So it's like, but I don't know. I think it prepares you. Like it just toughens your skin.
I agree.
You got this, whoever that was. Okay. Don't let it take you down. I've been really wanting to start making YouTube videos, but I'm really nervous. Do you have any advice on how to start creating? I just feel lost. So lost. Well, I do YouTube as well. Fun fact is where this question might have came from to preface.
And I am not as good as her with YouTube.
No, but
I fully relate.
She makes her content. She makes her tea. I'm going to say this first and then I'm going to answer the question, but like take what I'm saying with a grain of salt because obviously it's situational. YouTube as a creative outlet as far as like vlogs, get readies with me, all the stuff that I kind of did on YouTube doesn't perform as well anymore because of TikTok. YouTube has become a little bit more of like an informational platform at this point. I will say there is still creators on YouTube that make that creative content and it does perform really well. I think it just depends on how you do it. I was young when I started. I probably like 13 or 14 maybe I want to say. It was during COVID, so I was really bored and I just needed a creative outlet. So I edited and uploaded twice a week, every single week.
I literally don't know how you did that. Like, that was
I
beyond
literally don't know either. Well, when I first started, the videos were generally like short, I want to say. I was kind of just playing around with it, seeing what I liked. And then I kind of fell into this loophole of like, okay, I really do like to do this. How can I make this better? And then I started watching other YouTubers' videos on how to edit thumbnails, how to edit your videos better, how to increase your search, like your SEO, like all these things. SEO is search engine optimize. No, I don't know. If you search it up, you'll probably find it. I was like so into that.
I've heard the less you put into your YouTube videos now, they do better.
Like maybe I think for people making something that you can learn from, like your videos where you're teaching people how to edit, that's something that still has more.
I think it really just depends on like what you want your audience to be. If you want to be like mega viral and cater to all these audiences, you kind of have to go on what's trending, what's popular.
Yeah.
And if you don't care and want like your niche little audience, I feel like Emma Chamberlain's a really good example of that. She posts whatever she wants now. She doesn't post the same as what she did in the beginning.
That's because she established such a fan base that it's like now people are interested in her life no matter what. To wrap this up, I would say consistency is really important with YouTube. YouTube as a platform like thrives off of consistency. Also, thumbnails are really important. The better your thumbnail, the more likely people will watch your videos.
Mm-hmm. You also were clocking my tea on my titles. You were saying my title should be better. And that's something I could work on.
So this is like back to the search like optimization thing. When you're first starting on a YouTube channel, when you don't already have like a fan base that will auto click on your videos and then it'll push it, you have to think about what the titles of your videos are specifically. Is somebody gonna search up how to edit a Tyler the Creator picture, or is someone gonna search up how to edit a concert picture, to edit a festival picture? And it's like, maybe your video is about Tyler the Creator. Nobody will find it if nobody's searching that up. Whereas if you make it a more broader title that people search up more and then they see, oh shoot, it's Tyler the Creator, then they'll click on your video. It's all about timing and titling and thumbnails and consistency.
Doing it.
No, that's the thing. Like it does get get exhausting though.
If you are wanting to create and you haven't already, maybe start with TikTok. And if you feel like you want to say more, do more, then maybe move to long form. You want to just get the hang of being on screen. Because I feel like that's what I did. I was like never wanting to be in front of the camera. And I was like, I kind of need to do it to put myself out there like that. And it definitely worked out in the long run. And now I have YouTube. I only have like 300 something subscribers.
That's where I started too.
But I was able to get like a good jump start on my subscribers from already having another platform.
Yeah. Social media in general, it's a golden ticket. It's a lottery. There's like the strategy side to it and the lottery. I think TikTok is much more lottery than YouTube is, but YouTube still has a little bit more of that like lottery side to it.
Yeah.
If I gave up after the first 55 videos I posted, I would have never blown up. For at least a year, I had under 1,000 subscribers and I was posting twice a week.
Crazy.
Literally I was getting like 100 views per video for a year.
Crazy.
And I wasn't monetized. So I was making no money, working my butt off.
Yeah.
But I like that's the thing. I think there's something to be said about actually enjoying it versus wanting to do it just to be famous. There is something to be said about that. I think it is. Gagged. Got him. I think I see a lot of creators this day that just feel ingenuine because you kind of feels more like they're doing it for the profit and for the attention rather than actually just really liking to make content and other people happy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Cancel me. That was a lot of me yapping about YouTube, but
no, but I feel like I feel like it translates to like any platform.
Anything really. Even with like photography of music and like you have to love the craft to a certain extent.
Oh, 100%.
You can't want to do this because you want to make famous people because you'll meet them and then what? Like and then like are you gonna quit after you meet them all? Like I think there's something to be said about loving the craft versus loving the benefits of the craft only.
100%. I started shooting when I was very young. I had this little purple DSLR camera. Yeah, I shot a lot of my videos on that and I took pictures of every single one of my webkins and made them my little models. I had an iPod Touch because I loved iCarly. I made me and my friends be iCarly. Like we had our own little talk show and we filmed it. My iPod did end up getting stolen from my house because we got robbed. Boom! So all of those videos are gone, thank God. That would have been nice.
No, we need those. We need those right now. Those would have been her big break, guys. Don't be fooled.
I was making stuff for fun and like that's what I wanted to do. And then I got into concert stuff with college, but I didn't even know that was even a possibility.
Yeah.
I was shooting for my college. We had an internship, a production company on campus. They were shooting all the concerts and then events that were happening on campus. I would love to photograph
sign me up.
My favorite artist. My first show I shot was Sway Lee.
Ooh, tea.
And I was like, okay, throwback, love this.
Like, hey.
And then the second one was Fetty Wap. And I love Fetty Wap. I'm literally the biggest Fetty Wap stan ever. Him and Young Gravy. And it was truly like the craziest show ever.
Yes, Young Gravy.
I met him literally a month before he got arrested.
Wait.
Fetty Wap is, I think, still in jail.
Oh my God, I thought you were talking about Young Gravy.
No,
I was like, wait, what did Young Gravy do? Too much turkey?
All right, I think that's it.
That was actually probably one of the worst jokes I've ever made in my existence, but like, no,
anyways.
It's fine.
I don't know where I was going.
But I agree. I think it starts when you're young. Like when I was in middle school, I used to make God forbid this account is still like live in public. So I used to have a makeup Instagram. It actually had 10K at one point. I think it has like 2K now, but it's fine. Yeah, I was in middle school and I would make, I'll show you them later, but like maybe I'll insert one right here if I'm feeling brave or something. But
Wait, I love that.
yeah, so I did that in middle school, and then in elementary school I used to make American Girl doll videos.
Oh, I love.
Yeah. But I never really like started being consistent until I did YouTube. But like I guess with my makeup stuff I was pretty consistent. I don't know, I was getting PR and stuff in middle school. So
oh, okay.
I was like, hey.
Famous.
No. It was like weird because it was like my mom would like open a package and she'd be like, Julia, where the hell? And she's like, why are you giving our address out? And I was like, wait a minute, like, sorry, it's just PR, like, it's fine.
Wait, that's...
Your daughter's gonna be a star. No.
That's iconic.
I was convinced I was gonna be the next James Charles in middle school. Like, honestly, I thought I was. It's fine.
I love that. And I thought I was gonna be iCarly.
See? And then, you know what? Your delusions translate into something weirdly similar to, like, I don't know. This is, like, now my manifesto freaky energy shit coming out. But, like...
I mean, it all starts from like what your inspiration was.
Yeah.
Like my favorite YouTubers when I was very young. Which
Oh wait, Miranda Six. Sorry.
no, dear God, no.
I have a picture of me dressed up. Sorry.
Of course. I would say it was the computer nerd 01.
Oh my God, yeah, you told me that.
I loved him. Unfortunately, Fred.
No, I used to love the Fred movies. I used to be like a fiend for those.
I made my own like version of Fred with my friends, and we were like running around crazy around my neighborhood, like having the babysitter and Fred. Yeah, no, that is blackmail material.
I used to wait. No, this might take it a step worse. I used to think Fred was hot. Like I used to have a mega crush on Fred. And it's like, girl, like how does that even happen? I don't know.
Do we end this? Or
Yeah,
like...
maybe it's gone a little too far. Like maybe I need a mind reset after that one. So I guess you learned a few things. You learned that I like Fred.
Fred is hot. Put yourself out there and make the most of what you got, you know?
Yes.
I think that's the main takeaway from today's episode.
The main takeaway is ball or be bald. You know what? It's been too long. I've talked too much.
Thank you guys all for watching the very first episode of Overexposed.
It was so great to chat with you guys. I'm so excited to do more.
Yeah, this is gonna be a very long yap sesh for the future episodes. So be prepared. But
I'm ready. I don't know. I'm ready.
We're getting it off our chest.
Let us know anything you guys want us to talk about, or fill out our forms that are in both of our bios to submit things as well.
We want to hear more stories. We want to ask us anything. Ask us advice. And we want to just say hi. Like, what's up?
Hey. Hey, especially if you're your friend. And like also
You're done.
Okay, yeah. Also, if you have any ideas of games or things you want us to play.
Or if you have a favorite creative that you would like for us to be on a next episode, we want to have guests eventually start rolling on as we keep going. So if you guys have anyone in mind, please let us know. Yeah.
Come on, Sabrina. Where are you at?
All right, bye.
Yeah, bye, guys. Love you.